Folgst du im Morgenrot? Hey.
Hey,
How's
let's
life?
get into it.
Yay!
Good.
Welcome to the Swiss pump foiling band.
That is so cool. Everyone's on their phone. Let me just get the introduction done. Welcome to episode number 71 of Up on Foil, the podcast where we talk all about foiling. This is a very, very special episode. I know I keep saying that, but this is really special. I'm recording with a part of the Swiss team that went to the SFT, the pump foil race in Düsseldorf at the fair, and you're on your way back. And first, I want to thank Christian from SurfEars for supporting the show. I want to thank Jens from Foilsessions. I want to thank Christoph for giving me that balance board, because as Balz knows, balance is key, and I'm just trying to improve my balance. And Balz, can you maybe just show me around, maybe have everyone just, who is in that van? There's Balz, Radicolo, Hero.
Here,
Who else is there?
I'm sitting next to the fresh, crowded boat Düsseldorf 26 already champion, Sarah. She done incredible today. Yip, yip, yip. But yeah, we're loaded up in a full van. We got Kathrin in the front. She's our co-pilot tonight. She's helping Christian, the manager of the Swiss pump foiling tour, to get us back home to Switzerland. But honestly, big shout out to him, Krigi, from the Swiss foiling big wave tour, to actually get us to the boat safe. And now we're on our way back home. So good times. We've had a blast. Time flew. It was so impressive. The level on the water was insane. Yeah. It went through the roof. But I will give my phone to the people here, because I think these guys, they need no introduction. But do it on your own.
Yes, and maybe it's also good for the listeners, the ones that are on audio only, so that they know whose voice is whose face and who's talking. So we have Rob here.
Yeah, Rob here. Next to me is Roham.
Hello, everyone.
The one and only Michael, and we have Mathéo.
Mathéo,
The lithium rider.
finger blaster.
Very nice. So we have those three. Sarah, then we have Kathrin in front, and Krigi is driving. Is everything going well? Are they behaving, Krigi?
Can you see me? No. Oh, yes. Now we have light. So this is me. I don't see you because I don't have my... Oh, yes. Now I see you. And here is our driver.
I said Rob.
And
Very
here's
nice.
Rob.
Are they behaving, Krigu?
Oh,
Is everything all right?
Everything all right?
Everything is all right.
I don't see anything anymore. There is no...
Amazing.
The camera is on.
That's fine. We're going to run into some...
We get your back
you're
here.
back. All right. Good. All right. So you just told me that you're past Koblenz now. Still a long way to go home. This is not the whole team, right? It's not the whole Swiss team. There were even more Swiss competitors.
Yes, there was Eden.
And
There was
Ethan and Noam and
Victor.
and his dad
Yeah,
and
coach of Victor.
and coach of Victor, and that was about it.
Yeah.
Yuri Scheibler was competing for Austria, so no.
Didn't actually Kathrin competed yet for Germany, or
I competed for the Swiss team.
Swiss team.
Yeah, Swiss team.
Whoa!
Yeah. We were around 10
Amazing.
Swiss people, so it was amazing. We had one big apartment. You can imagine there was a mess in this apartment, but we had a lot of fun. And yeah, we were making spaghetti for everyone. It was a big table.
Balz was the master chief and he was the master
Yeah.
cutter.
Cutter. Yeah.
were they not happy with you, Michi? Because you have a blue eye. What
Oh
happened?
yeah.
Heinrich.
Yes.
The German team.
Yeah. The German team looks even worse. No. Everything fine. I mean, I checked the buoy and then I went so hard, and the buoy was really pointy. You know, it was like a corner, and I turned into the buoy. I thought like it's a circle. I'm gonna make a circle around the buoy, and my eyes was a circle point. So I hit with my eyes the buoy, but. Yeah, the buoy is not anymore here, so I'm fine.
Sorry, the boy came out of nowhere. Like you wouldn't have seen it.
Yeah, no, it's
Boy hit Michi.
yeah.
Suddenly it was there. When did
Yeah.
you guys go up? Was that on Thursday?
Thursday evening, we arrived at 7, late evening.
Yeah. Drank a lot of beers.
Some beers to warm up. Yeah,
Worked on the strategy for the weekend.
yeah. We had around 6-7 hours to talk about. Was more a mental thing, mainly between Rob and Balz.
We gotta get into the action. When you got there on Thursday, yeah, you got there late probably, and then on Friday, was it the same as last year? Because last year I was there as well. Last year was just like testing in the pool, and then the time trials. Is that the same thing again this year?
It was a bit different. Last time it was Friday, the time series, but this time it was Saturday, so it was more training on Friday. So we tested the system, made some runs to drive. We get all done. We made probably all the pictures for the screens.
And
Yeah.
we quickly realized that the level of the riders went through the roof within 1 year, man. The pool
Yeah.
was on fire. Guys were actually, I mean, everyone was sending it, not only guys, girls and guys. There were 8 girls competing this year.
8 girls.
And next year I want to see 12 girls.
No, I want to see
4 girls.
50-50.
At least. So big shout out to everyone, to all the female athletes. They were really young kids, young boys, young girls, having fun, mainly having fun. And from the very first moment, it was all about funboarding in that pool. And pump flowing in that pool. And maybe first up, it's very unique being in the middle of Europe in the winter time, capable to actually find liquid water. So this pool was a heated pool inside, and we had the chance to go pump foiling in board shorts. What a time to be alive! No, it's big shout out to the boat, and once again, it was a great event and a blast.
It looked
But
amazing.
now
And
we're not
I was
talking about the
jealous,
competing.
honestly, because at home now it's freezing again. So if you go on the water, you have to take the thick wetsuit. But then you had a lot of training and just like having fun on the water. Mathéo, for you it was the first time competing, right? Last year you came along, but you weren't allowed to compete. How was that for you, man?
Yeah, first time I was very nervous, and I was one of the last from the time. So I had 2 times to ride against someone to go into the finals of the front. Yeah.
And in the what time trials, he was one of the slowest. So he still had to
Really?
race against other guys to actually be able to compete in the 1v1s the day after.
But he was really fast.
Okay, I see.
I think that was
fast.
so. I think that was Saturday. So Saturday we started with the time trails. So we got our time trails, and actually, honestly, no big surprises in the time trails. But still, it was very impressive to see the times. I got the feeling everyone increased 2 seconds compared to last year, and then obviously we've been 18 guys or 18 guys, 16 guys, and only 12 were 12 made it in the final competition.
Okay.
That's a good question.
Okay.
16. So he had to do the trail, and then he had to qualify in a unique 4 people's heat. You were two people. You were facing one to one.
Yes.
But anyway, you made it.
So who did you ride against?
First, I had to run against Thomas, rider from Indiana.
Brinkhoff,
And
yeah.
I win.
How did that go?
And after I had to race against Eden Fiander. That was...
That's a toughie.
Yeah,
But
so
he was very close. He was really good.
yeah, I did make that.
What did you ride, Mathéo?
I ride the Barracuda M and the front wing and stabilizer, the Condor S monoblock.
Brand new monoblock Condor S.
Yes,
sir. And the brand new
Very nice.
drive ultra high modulus 76 centimeter bus.
But 76, that's the limit, right? You cannot go longer.
Indiana.
Very nice. So
Only 12.8 millimeters.
So super fast, but still. Then Mathéo, you didn't succeed against these super fast guys. What did you do after? Like, was it over for you then? Were you still able to pump a bit?
Yeah, I was just pumping a bit after, but
We had the pump party.
Yeah.
Last of the weekend.
Yeah, definitely the highlight of the whole boat this year was Saturday night. As soon as the competition was over, the kids were released and the pool was open, and all of a sudden 25 foilers jumped into the pool. Everyone was like going crisscross through their lines. Foils been flying everywhere.
Yeah.
Apparently foils even flew out of the pool.
Yeah.
Well, that's another story. I don't know if you actually want to get into details with that one. But guys, if you're foiling next to spectators, be careful and aware that foils can fly in any directions.
Watch out for flying birds.
Yeah, watch out for Eden and flying boards.
That should be a
We've been
sticker.
freaking lucky this time. We've been freaking lucky this time at the boat. But future competitions, let's sum it up that way. On Sunday, there has been a net mounted around the whole pool. So
Really?
it's been a
Wow,
close
okay.
call. There were some freaking dangerous moments.
And blood.
But anyway,
Okay. But for
no
the
serious
spectators, right?
injuries for spectators, and as well, this year it really felt like we've been gladiators. We stepped it up to another level. The speeds the guys were racing, and I mean, Rob and me, we had a few close calls. Our foils been kissing. And honestly, it was not really fair the way it ended up, but it's part of the game. I think no rules.
We're gonna get into that. Balz, just a second, because maybe there's one person who is listening or watching that podcast who is not on Instagram and they don't know what happened. Maybe Sarah, can you tell us how the parcours actually looked? Was it the same for men and women? There were two starting docks, right? Some light signals to start, and then how was the course? How did that work?
Okay, there were 2 starting docks, and we had 4 boys, and we had to go turn around these boys in one direction, and the other direction we had to go straight and get around the last boy. And there was actually the first time there was a Lichtschranke. So how do you call
Like a
that?
laser
So
Upper finish line.
barrier, something like that.
yeah, a barrier, light barrier. So that was quite good. That was an improvement. And for the girls, unfortunately, the race was a bit shorter in the finals, which obviously I prefer longer. But yeah, so basically it was just the same course all the time, but the direction of the turn around the boys was changed. So at some point we had to go straight in one direction. So it was pretty simple, but still there were some crashes, very frequently.
Really close calls on the buoys, because basically we've been just maybe separate 6 meters apart, and we had to do this parallel slalom.
Yeah.
And then on the last buoy, we literally just either crossed into the middle and touched each other, or from the outside to the middle, the opposite direction. So it was gnarly.
Yeah. And we had some competitors took some cuts. They bled, but not in the face, so that was good. And as someone got a dislocated shoulder, but that was in the wing foiling race. Yeah, some people got some. Yeah, it was okay. Like we all came out fine, fortunately.
But that you were there as a doctor, you were able to help him maybe.
Yeah.
Was it the same parkour for men and women?
Sorry.
Was it the same parkour for men and women?
Yeah, same course, just apart from the finals.
Okay.
And those guys. But at some point, like I had to compete against Lena, and the first one I missed, so I was really stressed because I was already thinking I'm gonna go third or fourth.
Yeah, it's best of 3, so you got to win twice.
Yeah, so the second time I had a chance, but the second time we crashed into each other. So we had to go again. The third time the race was cancelled because someone was still in the pool. So we had to go 4 times against each other without stopping, without some pause in between, and everybody was confused. So we were just like, okay, we're just gonna do an endless race. Yeah.
Very nice. I saw some pictures that there were some modification at the docks. Someone put like a little elevation on the dock.
Yeah,
Was
I'm
that
gonna give
allowed?
that.
Were you able to change the
Yeah.
dock so it suits you, or how was that?
Yeah, let's give that to Kathrin.
I was thinking maybe it was a Kathrin special.
Huh? What was my special? I didn't hear what Sarah was saying.
I just saw some images where there was an elevation at one of the docks, and I thought,
Oh, yes.
well, that looked kind of like Kathrin. Were you allowed to do that? They say, I'm going to compete, but I want my proper dock. How did that work?
Well, that was invented already on the SFT tour last year. It was in Atlanta, and they always promise you a dock that is a certain height, and then you come there, and the dock is a different one. And well, I have been at some stations of the SFT tour, and I know this game now. So I brought my dock heightener.
It's like a stepper, right?
And exactly,
Like
it's a
aerobic
stepper.
stepper?
It's an aerobic stepper. Exactly, you can use it in 3 different heights. So you have 5 centimeters, 10 centimeters, or 15 centimeters high. And I will call it the dolphin stepper probably one day. And
Very
well,
nice.
at the end of the day, I was the only one who used it. Well, in the pump foil party, a lot of guys were happy to have it as well. So yeah, it's yeah, I just didn't ask. No, they were expecting me to bring something because they promised 40 centimeters and they provided 20 centimeters, and I wouldn't have come if I would have known. So
Okay. But that worked out apparently. How did it go for you? It was the first time for you in the pool, right? You weren't there last year.
Yeah, no, I wasn't there. I was expecting a lot of things to be afraid of, and at the end, actually, it was so shallow. So you had an extreme response from the first pump on, and the turbulences, you felt them so harsh. It's extreme, and you're riding so close to each other. You feel it. You feel the other foil. And the course was, I mean, when you had to do when you did the turn, well, you saw the wall of the pool coming towards you. So it was really the turning thing. It was very tight turns. I found. I mean, I've never done that before. That was a course I've never done before, and I dream now on the how do you say that? And von der Weite des Sees. I'm really dreaming from the
like
freedom you have on the lake.
That never stops, like the never-ending sea. Yeah. Okay.
And the pool is so
the
narrow
pool?
and shallow.
But it's still
It was
an
fun.
exciting thing with the spectators and whatnot.
It is exciting. It's a stage, it's with music, it's with light. It seems to be really professional. for the outside. Backstage, it looks different. And we didn't even have dustbins in our wardrobes. So, and not a toilet, of course. And we have a pool.
I was just going to say that
it
was the pool is for.
No, it was fun. It was exciting. It's really, really tough. I mean, it's so tough. You're so much under pressure, and you stand there. And but what I really loved was that we were 8 women. That was a big relief because I used to compete with 2 women or 3 women. I think the maximum was 4 so far. In the first contest I ever did was 5. But it releases pressure if there is more. You guys, you don't know that. But if there is only 2 competing, and imagine there is 20 girls next to you, you represent all the male pumpers, the 2 of you. And now we were 8, so very, very different women and very, very different styles, different foils, everything, different ages. It was wonderful. It was really, really great. I'm happy.
Nice, very nice. Cool. I'm super glad about that. Maybe you can pass me to Rob because I want to get into like the races itself. And last year, Rob, I think you got 3rd, right?
I think Rob let the others win.
Yeah, I want to get into that because last year you were super fast. I remember you got nervous as well sometimes and missed the start. How was it this year? Balz said that the level was a lot higher, but your level is higher too. What happened there? And what place did you finish?
In the end, I got the same place as this guy over here. And yeah, no, it's sort of fine. I think in the time trials, I was probably the most nervous. I didn't even know why. It was just, I don't know, we were always in there. And it's like the start, and you have to be fast and everything. And now, there wasn't rating all of that good. But afterwards,
you played pretty safe, probably, huh?
High trials. But afterwards, in the elimination rounds, I was way more secure. And then on Sunday, Saturday was against Julian, also from Indiana. Had to race against him.
What did you ride?
At first he was on the Condor S, and then he realized he was too slow, so he stepped it up with the Barracuda L. And that's crazy. It's really impressive from him because he's heavy, and the Barracuda L is still a hard foil to start. That was nice. But there, I was my setup was the Condor Barracuda M with the Condor S monoblock stab, but I chose the thicker mast because the thinner mast is still, you're faster with the thinner one, but it's still, especially in the slalom, you still feel the flex and the torsion, and I just want to ride secure. I mean, I didn't want these few, a bit more speed, but less control wasn't really my thing. Yeah, and Mathéo wanted to use.
You won against Julian.
Yes.
And then what happened? Who was your next competitor?
And I already knew before Julian that I would be again against Balz.
Yeah, but that was I think the same for me. I've had my first heat against Victor from Switzerland, the young ripper on Ketos. Yeah. He actually, he came with his dad up to the boat. Not sure who's younger, Victor or you, Mathéo. Who's younger?
Same age.
Same age. Both really young.
Yeah.
But it's good to see the next generation pushing hard. Obviously, in the time trials, I've been a little faster than Rob because you've been 5th.
Yeah,
that was
something like
that. Anyway, but then we had this matchup against each other. We started strong. We had a strategy from the morning. We knew what to do, and we kissed foils at the first buoy. That was the first start. So finally, actually the race just ahead of us, they also went full speed into each other, and they didn't really know how to manage the situation with people. I mean, there were no rules, but basically you cannot compete when everyone crosses each other's paths at full speed. So they said, yeah, we should actually discuss the strategy and also
Tactics,
our
strategy, yeah.
horses. So we wouldn't actually go into each other, and then we managed quite well in the second one. But in the second race, I guess you thought you had an early, you were over early.
Yeah,
You
we had
actually
an early
were
start.
over early.
Yeah,
That's also one thing I want to mention. At the start line, at the dock, we had this visual and light signal. So it was like, doot, doot, doot. And then the dock got green. Like in the ski race. Basically at doot, 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 we've been able to hop off the dock. But we were allowed to start moving already earlier. So basically just the feet had to stay on the dock. But it's impossible. So it's so easy to actually run over too early or be way too late. And I mean, most of you guys know a few seconds is a long distance in pump foiling. So if you screwed up the start, you've been you lost basically.
Especially with the turbulences.
Yeah, so that's what happened in the
tough.
second. That's what happened in the second race for Rob. Although he came back strong and he won the third, well, the second official race. So it was equal. So we went into the big third race, and that final race we always had to change the dock position. So we swapped the dock position, and then I told Rob, let's do it the same way like before. But since we swapped the dock, managed to actually get into each other again, or let's say almost again. Well, I didn't flew off that time, and our first didn't touch. But then I don't know how or why the guys didn't call it a rematch. So
yeah, because I jumped off the foil before my foil even hit Balz, so it wasn't considered a clash.
No, it's let's call it that way. To be fair, the SFT, there've been two guys involved. So there were two guys. One guy was managing the whole chaotic situation, us riders complaining or whatever. And one guy, he was actually in charge for the start and the finish line. And this guy, honestly, I think because in that third race of us, I was over early. It's basically it's hard to actually just by looking at it, I think it's impossible to tell that I was over early, but someone filmed it. So we got the proof. We got the proof of my over early.
But you know what? I was actually, let me just interrupt you real quick. I talked to Tom and I said, you cannot have this running start. You're going to have red and then suddenly it turns green and then it's open. So people have to react. You cannot start ahead. But yeah, he didn't listen.
It's impossible. So that was a screw up. That was a screw up not from the organization, but from our system we run today. And seen it multiple times. And honestly, I think in multiple heats, people were way too early or way too late. So we should do this 1 second warning and then boom, all of a sudden the start. That would be cool. Like in motocross bike, like in motocross snowboarding, whatever. Anyway, so our race was done at the same time the girls been complaining, Sarah with Lena and whatever. So it was really chaotic and very frustrating because last year it's been the same issue. We had the same that we've been riding into each other, but we got to accept that the pool is very limited in space. So it's a small area and it's really challenging to make a fair, easy course. So I don't know. In the end, it was all about fun. And for me, the highlight of the whole boot was that Saturday evening pump party. People been passing their brand new foils. Guys, you will not believe. Foiling just stepped it up again. Like from every year, in the past few years, foil's been progressing. And what I've ridden the past few days in that pool was amazing. So there have been multiple big brands and latest products. And we've been like passing foils. Mm-hmm. Each rider was giving his foil to the other guys, and we've been pump flowing through that pool. It was such a great happening. So the whole competition, obviously, we all wanted to compete. We're all eager. But for me, it's all about bringing that community together, and we made it happen. And maybe we should talk about the finals now, because the guys which impressed me the most, I think we have one issue. So we have strapped riders and strapless riders. And in that final, we got 2 strapped riders and 1 newcomer to pumping, or well, he's freshly into pumping, Kai, the Australian downwind superstar, let's call it that way. He was he made that course look so easy. He was standing on that board, very little movement, so smooth turns. It was insane. He rode that pump full board strapless as he would be strapped, and he impressed me the most, honestly. Besides being eaten and being freaking fast and insecure, puking all the time. No, Ethan had to puke. I think he was. Well,
was he nervous, or was it because
he
of
was
the
very nervous. But he proved why he's world champion. But honestly, I think this guy, I have huge respect for him. But he's a competition beast. And
can we just, Balz, can I just ask you, what foil did you ride? Was it a good choice? How did it go for you?
Well, I've rode the new Blackbird from Subfoil. I thought I'd go on a bigger one, and then the pool is really shallow, so I cracked my 1077 on Friday on the test runs. Yeah. So I got forced to ride the 977, which is one size smaller, and that was the right choice because everyone stepped it up. And I remembered last year and the years before, I've been on really big foils, so I've ridden 1600s before, and now I was competing on a 940, and that was just what's needed. That was the secret sauce to be still in the game, and that's ridiculous. So I don't even want to imagine what we're riding next year.
Were you able to feel the ground effect as well? Did that help at all with the smaller foil?
That's for sure. I was practicing a lot on that foil, on that exact foil before. And in Switzerland, in fresh water on the deep lake, I was struggling. And honestly, especially for that pump flowing, like sideways pushes.
Yeah, it looks amazing, man. So cool.
Yeah, but in the pool, it was so effective and it was so much easier. So of course, in like 80 cm water, you feel the difference, and it's a nice experience. So I recommend everyone to get into shallow waters and feel what's happening. I believe you pump better in shallow waters, unless you're not touching the ground. And the floor at boat, they told us if the pool is leaking, the show is over. But I've seen multiple foils slamming into that wall. I actually had some pool pieces on the wingtip when I smashed that foil. But we've seen backflips into the ground.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So when you won against Rob, Balz, who was your next opponent?
Well, it was already game over because Ethan was in the way. Not in the way, but I was up to Ethan, and Ethan was he was in his own game, in his own zone. It's crazy. Already his start on that very small lift foil, it's challenging jumping into straps on a pump foil board, and he's jumping onto that pump foil board into the strap. And most of the runs, I guess he was already ahead of me before I was on my board. Like, it was ridiculous.
But did you win one round?
Okay.
I won one round. No, that's I think against him I lost twice. But since it was semi-finals, I got into the loser final against Yuri. And Yuri, that's a cool story actually. Yuri won the first race, so that's now the losers final. He won the first race, and then I think I surprised him in the second race because I did not a dick move, but there were no rules on how we had to do the slalom, so we had to go through the buoy slalom, and then we had to go straight back and straight forward again. And I I thought I was way behind him. So I thought I wasn't crossing his line because I was behind him. But since he was doing very small turns or radical turns, he lost a lot of time in his turns. So I was behind him, but I took a longer radius and I kept more speed during that radius. So I actually did a longer distance. I went into his line, but then I overtook him on the last turn and I jumped into the finish line. And I think he didn't thought I'm doing that, so he thought he won it safe. He slowed down, and then I came from behind and I flew into the finish line, and I think I got him on the finish line, so that was really cool. But that's one thing, because now I mean this year the course was so short. These 4 buoys, we had to be so well. The most challenging part was the first turn because we went straight full speed. I don't know how fast, but people were fast, like probably 24, 25 kilometer per hour top speeds. And then you had to slow down or engage the rails so well that you're managing to get around that buoy without shooting out of the axis. And for me, that was the most challenging part, like controlling the speed, slowing down to get around that buoy without actually flying into the other competitors shooting towards you. So that was crazy. And I think there's plenty of footage. So if you guys haven't seen it before, go check it out. So there's one footage. I was analyzing it over and over. There's a run of Kai Thompson and me from the same angle. So we both go around that buoy full speed. This guy, when he passes the buoy, he's already around the buoy. And me, my back is still pointing towards the buoy. So these turns, I don't know what he's doing, but there's some magic in his turns. And nothing beats like racing full speed and shooting towards that buoy, engaging the foil, breaching that turn, and there's nothing to lose. So I went all in on these turns, and that's so amazing. But now, yeah, we're talking about the final, because Kai Thompson made it into the final. He won against who?
Yuri, probably.
Against Yuri. Oh, yeah, he won against Yuri. That was a crazy battle. But maybe I got to mention nothing against Yuri's style, but Yuri, he looks really fast when he's pumping, but he's swinging around his whole arms and body. It looks like he's freaking fast, like supersonic speed. And Kai next to him is doing nothing. He's just like, he's high up on the mast. His arms, they like he does
Kai
small.
is double his size.
Maybe, yeah, but he does like these small, high up on the foil squats, like small, short cadence squats. And it was almost like a joke. Like I thought Yuri would win easy. And then Kai was always earlier at the buoys. So it was very impressive. And then coming towards the final.
Happy for Yuri. I'm happy for Yuri because last year he was against Tituan Galea, which went like in front
and he got
of him.
screwed up.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got screwed up.
It's not forbidden, but I remember because it was hard on him, and I felt bad for him. So I'm actually glad that he got on the podium. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. No, but it's I think this year we haven't seen many people crossing lines like last year, so that's good because obviously in that small pool you can screw each other up so easy, and so it was. Beside maybe the over early issues of basically just the system didn't really providing what it should, it was quite cool. So into the final, Ethan against Kai. I think Kai must be really eager. I think he really wants to win. Like you can see he wants to win. He got this brand new foil, super thin axis mast, Kaiwi, whatever, like the latest, greatest, best stuff on the market probably. And then he's just like he's standing there. We got to mention in the time trials, he failed. We got 4 attempts in the time trials. So 4 crashes off the top. He crashed the first 3 starts on his very last attempt. So the 4th attempt, after crashing 3 times in a row, He managed to get the third fastest time of the time trials.
Yeah. But
Second fastest
but
time.
he also said like he was super nervous. He said he doesn't know this format, racing indoors. Like he's much more nervous. He said than just when he does the downwind races. So it shows how much pressure there is on a small, like some water
Takeoff. Yeah.
the takeoff and everything. So that was impressive to hear.
And then, I mean, he was going against, in that final, he was going against Eden. And, well, Eden just proved that if you wanna win competitions in the future in pump foiling, you got to have straps. Because the way this kid engaged the foil in the turns, he did mainly frontside turns around the buoy. And the strapless rider had to do the backside turns to control the heel pressure. But then with the straps, you can go front side. He was leaning through these turns like a snowboard, a carving snowboarder. It was next level. It was ridiculous seeing that final. And Kai didn't even make it close to him. So it was ridiculous. So well done, Eden. Well done.
Very nervous at his starts as well. This year was no problem.
For him,
Yeah.
Mathéo.
Mathéo, we got to mention this guy here. I was racing against Eden.
I was like, I had my very good manager, Christian Müller, and he said I have to go all in, and I just did that. I was like going all in, and I think I was a bit before him, before he was going to his straps, and I was like doing it full speed, all I can do, and it was like pretty.
He actually got pretty nervous because he wasn't going full speed because he was pretty sure he was going to win it. But then actually one time he looked back and he noticed there was Mathéo on his heel. And so he actually stressed and he also, but he won both of the races, but he also got a bit nervous and did like a flip and
But I can imagine if Mathéo, if he would have won one of these races, he would have gotten even more nervous and maybe even failed the start. But yeah, he's such a pro. He's been doing these races a lot. Now we haven't heard Sarah, but Sarah, I'm gonna want to finish with you. Balz, I just want to quickly talk about the winging race as well later on. But can you maybe pass me over to Michi, to Roham, or is he asleep?
All right.
No, he's there. How did it go for you? Who did you race against? I remember I lost against you.
He has to come again next year. He has to come again next year.
Yes, I mean, I was probably the oldest guy.
Definitely not. Yeah.
Yeah. And though it was really, really interesting, I haven't been pump foiling since 4 months, so it was a try again here on the boat, and yeah, it was pretty nice. I mean, we started with the time trials. I went pretty safe, and I got a spot in the middle, and then I had a chance to compete against Elia. Elia is a guy. I mean, it's
a big guy.
A big guy. I mean, he's double weight than me probably. And yeah, we're competing since 3 years together and always having troubles, even balls. And then it was really challenging. And we were really close in the heats. And we were jumping into the finish line all the time. And I was just jumping a bit further than him. So I got a spot for the quarterfinals.
Very nice.
Yeah, but then Eden was my next competitor.
Wow.
And yes, I thought Mathéo went all in. I have to go also all in. And yeah, I knew I cannot beat him. I can only disturb him somehow. So yeah, first start I thought I need to go full send so I could be a bit more in front of him. So it paid off at the beginning, but yeah, in the end after the turns I made a little mistake and then he was in front of me. And on the second run, I went a bit over early. I thought, like, maybe I have a chance when I go a bit earlier and no one sees. But yeah, there was the other mistake. So I ended up. I was riding the Ensis Flow. It's a new foil. Was the 1080. I felt pretty safe on it. I could really accelerate easy and make really nice turns. So that was perfect for this kind of condition. And yeah, I tried also with a slimmer mast. Did the profile, felt really comfortable, especially in the pool. I mean, it's insane how the ground effect is there. So it's, yeah, it helps quite a lot. And yeah, makes everything more efficient. Yeah. Yeah, but
Very
it was
nice.
surprisingly, I was
yeah.
asking Eden, like, are you a bit nervous? And I said, no, I'm just focused. And I want to bring in a bit more nervous. So I have somehow a chance. But yeah, no, this guy is so professional at the moment in a high level. And this backside and frontside turn he's doing, it's crazy. Yeah, no chance.
All right, very nice. Noam was also there, and last time I saw him, I think it was at Lake Moorten. He was super fast as well. How did it go for him?
Hey, Noam, he said like he was also not training a lot the past days or past weeks. So months probably. He got more IQ foiling than pump foiling, but yeah, he managed actually quite good in the beginning. But he had some mistakes in the turns, like stepped the bottom in the water, and then yeah, he lost some time, and yeah, after the time trials, I don't know against who he had.
The French guys, Titouan.
Titouan is also a fast guy. He won actually last time in France or in Paris, the competition, strapless. And yeah, there was close heat, but in the end, yeah, Noam couldn't make it. But in the end, he had a great party in the afternoon with Christian. Yeah, so.
All right, very nice. Thank you very much, guys. Now, can you pass me to Sarah? Because I want to know her story, who she raced against, how it was for her. And Sarah, you were riding your new board. Are you allowed to talk about that yet?
Butterfly! Balz was riding it too, no?
The most beautiful board of the pool.
Yeah, I got some really nice reviews from people that they like the board, and I was happy with it too. I really like it. It's like a fishtail which has a little bit more volume than the normal boards and just a really cool shape, which I like because for me it's like shape results in function. And when you have a surfy board, you feel surfy in the head and you try out turns and just have fun with it.
Very nice. We're gonna have a special episode just about you and your story. But maybe you can focus on that race or those races. How did it go for you? You won last year, right?
Yeah, last year unfortunately there was only like one girl competing in the end. So yeah,
but
it was
still
great.
you won. You came back as a reigning champion. Was that pressure? Because I imagine that the speaker always said that you won last year when you went up.
Yeah, actually it was pressure, and I was by heart.
This girl went for some test runs this morning. So the pool was actually still closed at 8 o'clock, but she had to practice the takeoffs, and so Christian had to drive her to the pool.
Yeah,
but you did well.
The poor Christian had to drive me in the morning. He had to drive me there because I was the only one wanting to practice, which because I was
paid out. It paid out.
Although I missed the first start, and there was a huge pressure to actually the second time I had to win. So my nerves really got to me, I must say, and that was a bit bad. And I felt the same for all the girls. They were all nervous, and I think we didn't show our best. It was over so soon, and we had just like 2 rounds and stuff, but it was good that all the girls were the same. And it was amazing that, like age difference, that we can all still compete together, because the young girls were really good. I think they're going to be amazing. And I'm like more than twice their age. And Kathrin is 40 years older. I mean, imagine that, but we still compete together. I mean,
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Who did you ride against? Who were your opponents?
First, it was a time trial that I won, but to be honest, my run wasn't that spectacular at all. I felt like usually I go faster, but that's what happens with everyone. Then I ran against Mary van der Bouwen, but she was not very like, she's a really good wing foiler, but the pump foiling wasn't. She was just learning actually, but it was really brave of her to compete. And then against Lena, and after that against Marnie, she was really good. We were really close actually. Yeah.
All right, very nice. What foil did you ride?
I ride Condor S with Condor S step. Exactly, all Condor S. Yeah.
Very nice, super cool. So you won again. How much of a relief was it when it was over?
It was a relief, but also a bit of a sad feeling, because I felt like I didn't work hard enough for that win, because it was like just a few races and then it was already over. But it dragged along 2 days, long days, where, of course, yeah. So I feel like next time they could produce longer races, multiple races, just to test it out and to encourage each other. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, very nice. And Saturday evening was again super cool, because last year it was amazing. That party with the DJ, people having a beer and whatnot, and just we with the light show in the pool was so cool. Same for you this year?
Yeah. Last year the light show was a bit nice. Thanks. He has the biceps to hold it.
Not today. Hey, talking about the light show, we should talk about the opening ceremony, because there has been a laser show this year. Smoke on the water, and well, there was Bowie. So she's wing foiling world champion. She's a beginner in pump foiling. So they asked her to actually pump for the opening ceremony. So she was dressed. Yeah, Bowie. She was dressed out because her pump foiling dog starting skills, they don't existed yet. So she actually took part now as well and competed.
That's who I meant. I competed against her because I had the best time, which was an advantage for me. But I didn't like that because I want to compete against someone who can foil. But she was really good sport. Yeah.
Yeah, and so you got to imagine her dog starting skills. She failed all her starts. So for that opening ceremony, they winched her onto the pump foil. And then she was capable to pump a few minutes. Not a few minutes, a few seconds, obviously. I mean, no one's capable pumping 4 minutes if you're not really trained. So huge respect to Bowie for actually opening up that pool party. And at the same time, Rob and Yuri, they were pumping they were the backup. So she had really problems with that dog start. And Yuri and Rob, they were smoky. They were flying through the smoke. They were no, but they had a great time and they looked so cool.
Yeah.
So I think we really provided a attractive show to all the spectators, and it was amazing.
And the pool party last time was more with the lights. I like that better, but this year the level was so crazy, and we just
needed a light.
Yeah.
There were foils flying to all the directions.
Yeah. And also sometimes I would race with a guy because he was like, I'm behind. And so I pushed really hard, and that was really cool. And jumping around and just doing tricks all the way. Yeah.
Pogo sticking, giving the Insta360 sticks around. So there were like people sharing their cameras, sharing their foils. It was amazing. And previous to that party, there was actually from SFT, there was a e-foil race in the pool. So the very first e-foil race indoor. And the guys were doing a sick show. So Clemens from from Lake Constance was shredding hard in that pool. What was ridiculous, the guys were without helmets, but they almost blasted like 30 knots in that pool. So we had to wear helmets, and the guys, the e-foils, were shredding around that pool. It was impressive. There were obviously multiple foil assist brands as well. Some new world premieres as well. Foil Drive was there with everything. The guys were actually making the pool look fun with e-foils as well. But it's tried as well some e-foil toys. Let's see if there will be an e-foil racing next year as well, indoor. Who knows? But honestly, I prefer the physic not man sports, but the real physic wind or power sports. And pump foiling this year was special.
Yeah.
So was wing foiling as well.
Yeah.
Maybe we should get into wing
let's get
foiling.
into that,
Sum it up.
wing foiling, please. Because I saw, or somewhere on, I watched hours of content.
Maybe I got to mention, we got my smelly, stinky wetsuit here, wet wetsuit on the floor, and it's ridiculous. We're in this team bus with the smelly wetsuits and all the foils behind us. It's such a great experience.
Balz, I watched hours of content, and I think I saw somewhere that you were leading in the time trials, like on Saturday for the wing foiling, and then I saw you were second on the podium. What happened?
Well, we've had to do 3 turns on the final day, and maybe we got to mention that we've been pump foiling all night and all day and the day before, so I lost against the youth. No, but
he was really fast.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Encore. Well, I gave it my all. I gave it my all, and in the qualification, I was still fresh yesterday. So on Saturday we had the time trials to make the seeding for the final race. Obviously, winging, it was impossible to be 2 people racing knockout system or whatever. So it was all about being alone in that course, doing the fastest time run. And it's really cool because each rider, Rohan was also taking part. So he actually also made it to the final today. So the final 8 were competing today. We've been 12 people in total and a lot of girls as well.
Yes. Yeah, around. Yeah.
6 girls, yeah. But we had to do the fastest time. It was up to us to decide if we want to do figure 8 course or tacks or chipes. So it was actually quite technical because the wind is really funky. So we got to mention that it's not like normal winging. It's more like pump foiling with a wing. So it was a really tough pump foil race. And so I got into the final day today. I made my 3 runs, and the first run I went into the first buoy because I was so tired from pump foiling. It was really tough. It was really tough. And then my second run, I progressed. I was 4th, I think. But Encore, the young kid from Spain, on Cabrina, he got the new Cabrina foils. We got to mention. That's also a masterpiece. He was so fast. He was 2 seconds faster than my times yesterday. And he actually went down. I was on 28 point something. He was down to 27. Ridiculous. So he got the fastest time. And then we got into the final. So in the final, it was Alain Fedit on AFS, the Rastaman. Oh, so it was him.
Young dad. And
then Franz, the brother of our our world champion Marie. He's a very young and upcoming athlete from Germany as well. So he was shredding hard. He was on duathlon, and then Encore and me. So that was the final today, us 4. And today, previously we had to do 2 turns lap. So we were around 28 seconds. And in the final, we had to do a 3 laps run. So that was like 41 seconds or whatever. But most of us actually failed after like 2.5 runs because we were out of air. So it was really ridiculous in the final. Like, I think only none of us actually didn't crash one lap or one race. So it was really challenging. And as well, I was on a 5-meter wing, but didn't really felt the pressure, but the pressure was there. But yeah, maybe I hand it over to Michael as well, so he can tell about his experience. But in the end,
Yes,
I
please.
finished. Yeah, in the end, I finished second, and maybe to end up the story, Encore, he won already. So he got the fastest run in his first time, and then on his very last run, he didn't let go of the wing on the takeoff, but he failed. So he went head first dolphin into the water. He kept on holding the winch, and he popped his shoulder. So our winner this year, we had to actually the prize giving ceremony. We had to wait for him to get his shoulder popped back in from the doctors, which appeared on the show. So it was ridiculous. Like, huge respect to Encore for his very impressive win with a really smooth racing. It looked insane.
And he was injured a couple of months ago, right? He
That's
just
the
came back from
case.
injury.
He keeps popping his shoulders. He fucked his knee. I feel really sorry for him. But yeah, maybe Michael could talk about it as well, because his shoulders are screwed as well. I think it's part of the game. We're not getting younger, but we're back next year, and Roham, aka Michael, has to come again. We need him on tour. So, Michi.
All right, yeah. Maybe hand me over to Michael before we wrap it up. Michael, were you in the same category, or was there like a masters category just for you?
I wish there were one. I mean, I remember 3-4 years ago, like Wilhelm and the other Willy Whoopi, yeah, they were like young kids, I don't know, 13 years old, and now they're 16 around this. And it was a really battle against them, and in the end they won against me. But it's crazy, like, to see that the young kids growing and beating you now, and before you were their idol, now I'm their idol, so it's changing the position now, and that's a really nice view. But that's how sports living, not?
Yeah. It's what do you want? Last year, I remember you were out with the Roger with your parawing a lot because it was new, it was exciting. Was there anything else that you saw on that boat show where you thought, oh wow, that's new, that's special, that you want to share, or is it just you've seen everything in the socials already and you just see it live there? How was that for you, like the whole show?
Yeah, I mean, we saw some new parawings there as well. So latest product, from different brands. And as Balz already told, we shared a lot of times the foils, get a feeling of different foils, and that was quite impressive that now even the foil sport is developing, like there's every year a new foil which is somehow better, and that's quite interesting to see what designers do to get a better foil, to change something, to bring new trends in the market. Yeah, and with the foils, with the high aspect foil, it's still growing. Yeah.
All right, very nice, very nice. Is there anything, any one of you guys and girls want to share, like a special story that just needs to be addressed or told?
Yes. Maybe our coach will tell something. Let's see.
Did they behave, Christian?
Hey, Matt. So maybe just a couple of words. I mean, I was organizing that trip for all the girls and boys from the Swiss Foiling Federation. And I'm super proud of all the riders, actually. They did an amazing job. Good racing, and the most important was not only racing, we had a really a good time all together, the whole team. Thanks a lot. And very special is actually the first time in history of pump foiling we went to a World Cup as a national Swiss team. All the other countries around the world don't have that. We have that in Switzerland. I'm so proud of my crew. 2 medals, 2 golden medals, a lot of other amazing racing, fun, action, parties. I'll be back next year for sure with the national pump foil team at the boat show in Düsseldorf.
Very nice. All right, that's a perfect way to just wrap it up. Thank you very much, every one of you who chimed in. I wish you a safe trip home because it's still a couple of hours, right, to get home. So stay safe and yeah, hope to see you on the water
Bye.
soon.
Bye-bye, bye-bye.
Bye, cheers.
Up.